My name is Julie Walker. I was born in 1990 to my missionary parents, Jeff and Shani Walker. I am the third of 4 girls. Even though the world did not know me before 1990, God chose me before the foundations of the earth were set in place. When I was 5 years old, God called me to be His daughter, and I accepted Jesus Christ into my heart. Ever since I was a little girl, I wanted to be a missionary just like my parents and spread the love of Jesus. In 2008, that dream started to become a reality as I was accepted into Moody Bible Institute. I graduated 4 years later in 2012 with a Bachelor's of Arts in Communication Studies and a heart ready to continue in ministry. Before graduating, I started applying to different ministries to work with teenage girls across the United States. But even though I had several interviews, I felt God calling me back to Aguascalientes, Mexico. I applied to Fellowship International Mission, got accepted, and made a commitment to stay in Mexico for 2 years. My plan was to start a ministry with teenage girls, but God had a different plan, and He pointed me in a different direction. My first year in Mexico, I helped cook breakfast for the Theological Seminary of Aguascalientes. I also led small groups with the students and helped them start a Bible club in a nearby small town that hadn't yet been reached by the gospel. My second year, I felt God pulling me even more into children's ministry. I started a kids club in the home of a lady whose kids had come to a kids club we had started in a park the previous year. The children were very open to the gospel, and at times we had up to 20 children in the small patio area. I also had the opportunity my second year to start a group for moms with my mom and oldest sister. They would counsel the moms as I ran another kids club downstairs. In March of my second year, I got invited to do the photography for a quinceañera party at a local Christian orphanage. I watched the kids run around and play, and God began to put His love for them in me. In April, I started coming to the orphanage twice a week to get to know the kids and see if this would be a ministry I could be involved in. By June, God started confirming to me more and more that He wanted me to move into the orphanage. So I decided that if God would provide me with the household items I needed to move in, then I would go. God overly provided. On September 9th, 2014, I packed my last suitcases and spent my first night at the Casa Hogar Dulce Refugio. The journey had just begun. When I first started, my responsibilities mainly included taking care of 4 girls ages 3 through 6. Through loving them, God taught me just how perfectly flawless His unconditional love is towards me, and I wanted to emanate that love towards them. There is never a dull moment at Dulce Refugio. At 4 a.m., the girls wake up, get dressed, and fix their hair. At 5:30, they have devotionals. At 6, they have breakfast, and at 6:45, they climb into the vans to go to school, where they stay until they come back to Dulce Refugio at 3 and eat lunch. 4 p.m. is homework time. 5 p.m. I would have the girls in my apartment to play or color. 6 p.m. was supper time. 7 p.m. they would take a shower, and at 8, after reading a Bible story, they would climb into bed and go to sleep. Life often has very unexpected turns. In October, the 3-year-old girl I took care of was taken out and put into another orphanage. In February, the 4-year-old I had taken care of since September was reunited with her mother. I was happy for her, but still missed her greatly. In March, the 5- and 6-year-old I took care of, along with 5 other children, were taken out of Dulce Refugio and put into a different orphanage. Having the girls I had taken care of taken away was very difficult, but in the midst of the storm, God gave me the opportunity to share the gospel with 4 of the 10 to 13-year-olds. 3 of them accepted Christ as their personal Savior, and the 4th, already a believer, was happy to understand that salvation cannot be lost. If there is one thing God has taught me through this journey, it is that even through the ups and downs of life, He remains faithful and will bring to completion the work He began in me. My prayer is that in the future, God will continue using me for His glory. I would love to someday start a home for teenagers in Aguascalientes. In the meantime, I will strive to faithfully follow God's direction in life as He continues to use and prepare me to reach more lives for His kingdom. What's next? I'm not sure yet. Will you join me in the journey?